Biggity bop bop.
We're back on.
Biggity bop.
We're on.
Well, welcome back to
In
the
three,
Slogcast.
two-
3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Slogcast.
Slogcast.
Part
Do
2.
like a sweet guitar riff or something.
Yeah.
Slogcast.
You don't like that?
Slogcast.
Is that how you want to do it?
It's like shock radio.
Or Winamp. It's your kicks the llama's ass or whatever. What is it?
Oh yeah, it was. I think it was that.
Kicks the llama's ass and it was like. "Bah!" What noise do llamas make? Is it like a sheep?
I don't know.
I don't know if I've ever heard a llama make a noise.
They just spit on you.
Yeah.
Is it
You
like
gotta get
a
close to the mic.
what's a llama? Is it like a camel?
Kinda. It's like a camel sheep.
You think they're related? Oh, there you go. It's a camel sheep.
Camel goat.
Yeah.
A camel goat.
Here we go.
They
Let's
have
see.
to be related, right?
I don't know how loud my phone is.
Probably.
I had it. I think that's what I did.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That was a llama noise. It actually,
What did we leave off talking about?
The James Cameron movies?
Movies, yes, James
Yeah.
Cameron. So you were talking about how Titanic.
I have to watch it.
He's the
I
king
don't
of the
even
world.
like that movie, but the thing is like I'm such a big Titanic nerd. I'm just like I use nostalgia like heroin. And even for nostalgia that I wasn't even around for. Like I look at stuff from the 50s and I'm like, "Oh yeah, just look at that car.
The good old
with that
days.
dude with his cigarette pack tucked into his white t-shirt that was so tight and he was ripped."
Yeah, in the sleeve.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And just
that was fucking cool.
right. Like it was a cool age that we will never know, but I'm like nostalgic for it, and I don't really know why.
They were like so obsessed. Like dudes were so obsessed with their hair.
Yeah, like gotta
Shit,
get some,
like
gotta
the
get some
greaser
grease.
look.
And they just like it was like the 50s or like the beginning of all the hot rod stuff. Like they were taking like 30s Fords and like just jacking them all up, big ass carburetors and headers and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
like that stuff, I'm just nostalgic for. Just like I said, the Titanic. So back to the James Cameron thing and why I need to watch Titanic is just because like that was 1910 when that ship was built.
Yeah.
And then it sank in 1912 or whatever, but I want to have imagined walking onto this thing that was brand new. So you know it smelled like paint, probably lead-based paint because it was 1910. So you probably got a little bit of a brain,
a little head rush.
Yeah.
You got a little head rush when you walked into it, and like everything, all the wood was just like hand carved and like masterly crafted for this whole thing that just sank. So that's my whole. Like they put all that work into it, and it was brand new when it sank. That's why I have to watch Titanic. It's just because of that. Like James Cameron was he was just a big Titanic nerd too, and he like funded the submarine trips to go down and see it, and then he made a movie about it, and so he like tried to be historically accurate with certain things.
Yeah, except for how he fucked up the sky, or whatever. Have you seen that?
I don't know, man. You gonna ruin it for me?
No.
Did the clouds go the wrong way? Or the stars were wrong or something?
No, there was like whenever Titanic
Nerds.
came out, like I don't know if it was when it came out, but apparently like Neil deGrasse Tyson like
He
talked
like
some shit.
charted
about,
the stars. This is not the
like
accurate
he
stars.
had the wrong like apparently the wrong sky was there, like the wrong star. Like
Wasn't it like the
star
wrong
alignment.
ocean?
It was the whole
it?
movie was a lie.
I thought it was just like the sky was incorrect for like that time of year and all that stuff.
I thought it was like the sky chart was so wrong, like it would have put him on like the other side of the world or something like that. I recall reading that now that you say it.
Yeah, but it was like
Thanks, guys.
Apparently, like James Cameron fixed that for whenever it released. On
So he did like a Star Wars
DVD
re-release.
or whatever.
No, it's
Yeah.
exactly like Lord of the Rings, where there was that like car in the background that nobody ever noticed because they removed it from all of the except for
What?
like, yeah, there was this one scene. I think it's Fellowship. They're like running across a field, and they had like closed all the roads and stuff, but somebody got through, so you can see like this like 2002 Honda Civic like blow through the background.
Really?
And it was apparently only in like the theatrical versions. They cleaned it up and digitally removed it for like all the DVD releases. and stuff.
That shatters some
Interesting.
whatever.
I had no
belief.
idea. That's
I
crazy.
didn't know that.
Yeah, and it made it all the way through production. Like it made it to theaters and people
Wow.
didn't catch it until it came out. People are like,
I kind of want to
hey,
see this.
It's like the Wizard of Oz thing with like the really
Pink
creepy.
Floyd.
Yeah, like the creepy
Have
person
you guys done that?
Yeah, we did it.
We did it. Yeah.
I've never done
Dark
that.
Side of the Moon.
Dark Side of the Moon with the Wizard of Oz.
The Dark Side of Oz. Like you can actually, it's on like YouTube
It
now. I'm
is
pretty sure you can watch it.
Really?
Delicious.
It's
like,
so good.
This was before that we discovered drugs, and we watched it and was like, whoa.
This was
is
back when we had
trippy.
to play it on TV and like have a stereo and be like, all right, 1, 2, 3,
Go.
play.
Yeah.
Like two of us on opposite sides of the room.
That's something that I've always wanted to do, but I've just never done.
It
Do you realize the things that are in this house that you could
We have
live
YouTube.
vicariously through me to do? Like we can
Really?
watch it on YouTube, yeah, but I have Dark Side of the Moon on vinyl, and I have probably a laser disc of Wizard of Oz. We could do it, you know.
Oh, I know
like it
about
was.
them laser discs. I love that laser disc.
Yeah, that's right. So you got some Star Wars.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
All
man.
that you touch.
Yeah, but like, I don't know where I was about to go with this.
Talking about music, and you know what music sounds like?
Music sounds like
Sounding.
something.
Sounding.
Because it came
Sounding.
up.
Oh,
that half,
shit.
half
Yeah.
the group doesn't know it's sounding.
John, do you know what
true.
sounding is?
No.
Okay.
So they
Wait, hold on. Before we actually tell them, I would like to pose an experiment of what you think sounding might
I
be.
like this experiment.
Yeah. What do you think? Because you don't know what it is. What do you think that sounding could currently be?
before you
At the time, whenever we were originally
it
talking
sexual?
about this off air, yeah,
Yeah.
we were talking about it off air. We were talking about porn at the time.
before you reveal, I have pictures to just show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would probably be for the best.
Is
So you knew we were talking about porn and stuff at the time when that came up. So with that in mind, what do you think sounding could be?
I have a really gross one.
I was thinking
I bet it's
kind
not
of
as
like
gross
ASMR,
as the real thing.
kind of like ASMR but with sex. So it's just like real. They just put the mic close to the vag.
Some penetration.
Yeah, and just hear some. Yeah, I think we're doing it. We're sounding.
We're sounding right now.
No.
That's incorrect.
No.
That's much more fucked up than that.
Yeah, they just call it ASMR.
Yeah, that's what that is.
So what about you?
I can't.
You have to
I
say
changed my mind.
whatever you. I really want to hear
Yeah, I
what
wanna
you
hear.
thought the fucked up thing
wanna
was,
see how
because I
close you are.
guarantee
So-
you, how fucked up you think it is not as bad as the real thing.
Wait, hold on. Before he answers, is this worse than Two Girls, One Cup?
It depends on your definition.
And it depends on
So
your
no-
perspective.
Just poop? No poop?
There's no poop.
There's no
No poop.
poop
That's good.
involved. No.
What's your guess?
It's definitely not what I think it is then.
Well, let's hear what you think it is.
So, when you're doing a thing in a certain way, and then
You're gonna have to be more specific.
Queefs?
Yeah, and there's air involved.
No, that's a
Air
good
comes
guess.
out.
Yeah, that's
I
not a
figured
bad
that would be
guess.
like a mating call.
Wait, you thought queefing was gonna be like?
No, not just that, but
Controversial,
like
terrible.
like after the act of doing something in a certain way.
Okay. Keep it face down and put it in between you to look at it.
Oh Jesus!
So like we're gonna look at it together.
Yeah, and
Right.
react.
This is
should
me
I
and
get my
John
dick out?
looking.
No.
Oh, that's a good question. Mine's already out.
Yeah, you definitely want to keep your dick put away for when you see this.
What the?
You gotta
I'm
go
never
quick.
gonna want to get my dick out again.
Probably.
Is this gonna be scarring?
Maybe.
Okay.
All right,
John,
go quick
get
and
over here.
then
I will. Hold on.
go quick and give it a scroll because it's
We
We
gonna
gotta,
walk.
we gotta go quick.
Oh, hold on.
There's dicks.
Yeah,
Yeah, there are dicks.
give it a scroll because it's gonna time out.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
It's like whistle tips for your dick.
It's
Whistle tip go.
Whoa!
it's it's shoving shit down your pee hole.
Yeah, it's basically
Whoa!
using a dildo in your pee hole.
Oh,
There's
you
a
think it
picture
feels
of a
good?
pinky. There's a pinky finger in one of those.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was what it's called, but I do
look at
this
that
all
one.
the time.
Whoa!
It's like when you put gauges in your ears and you just
Oh,
keep
look, you
getting
can
bigger
open
and
a wine
bigger.
bottle with that one.
Oh my
Oh
god.
God! Look at this surgical steel. This is what you stir malted
Surgical
milkshakes with.
steel.
Look, this is a website selling stuff. You could
Yeah. Now
go
imagine.
from 5 millimeters to 12 millimeters.
So how did you come across
Okay.
this?
Website.
yeah,
are
I
we
was
on?
gonna.
Oh, look,
that's
it's
Bing.
for ladies too.
Yeah, it's just putting metal in your pee hole.
Wow.
Yeah. So imagine being
it's got a
you know
sword.
dick in hand mid search.
That guy has surgical gloves on. Wow. They all have surgical gloves
Look
on.
what this doing.
Yeah, you don't want to get shit in
Ooh,
your
look
pee
at that.
hole.
Look, she's doing it. There's a boob in there. Do you think it feels good?
No way.
There's no
I mean,
way it can
there's
feel
no
good.
way.
I am someone that will experiment with. That's what I'm doing next weekend.
was like a nail.
I'm a pretty experimental dude too, but I don't think I could ever go to that level.
Did they lube it up first? Or
it's
do
a
you just
whole-
go in
it's a
raw?
finger. You
Oh
missed a
my
whole finger.
God.
Oh, in a pee hole?
A whole
Yeah.
finger.
How could you?
Oh, look, she's just like banging it.
Ugh.
That has to do damage
that's
to
gotta
your
hurt.
Oh,
yeah.
dick.
absolutely. I feel
Do you
like
think so? Well, there's so many pictures of it.
You
like,
wouldn't ever pee. Piss would just fall out of your
would-
dick.
it would
Like
be
a
on the
sprinkler.
yeah.
yeah, it would be everywhere, but where you wanted it to be.
I bet whenever that dude
Oh,
came,
it hurts.
there was so much blood in it. It was
Oh.
ridiculous.
Oh, I know how that can be.
Well, now we know. Now we know what happened.
That's what I wish that I was enjoying life that much, where I could just cram a.
It's got to be like a mental like. I don't want to say disability because it's not that, but like you know what I'm saying. Like it's got to be some sort of. It's
it's gotta be. It's like it has to feel good. It has to feel good. I'm trying
It's
to.
like when a guy has
There's no way that could
vagina
feel
and
good.
It has to. How do you know?
I mean, I can't know for certain.
no.
I guess,
I mean, like
but
people are into like crushing. And
Doesn't it feel
stuff.
good to pee?
Yeah, but that's coming out.
What about like
Doesn't it feel good when jizz comes out?
I don't think it really feels good to pee.
What if
like
you put
in
the
my,
What if you put the jizz back in? I'm gonna be the guy that's arguing for it because so many people are doing it.
No,
Apparently,
but what about like the ball crushing porn where people like get their balls stepped on? Like obviously that doesn't feel good, but those fucks think it does.
that's meth.
It's just they're just masochists, man.
Yeah.
I think to an extent that maybe.
Oh, there's got to be something to it.
Okay, so pleasure and pain are so
They're very
closely linked.
related.
It just depends on what gland you're experiencing it on.
Just depends on what your parents did or your uncle did to you when you were a kid.
Yeah, shoving rusty
Or
nails down
whoever.
your pee hole.
But it has to feel. It has to be.
So where
pleasurable.
does sound come in? Do you
Yeah,
blow
where's
into
sound?
it
Yeah,
and it
I
makes
have
like a
no
whistle
idea
noise?
how the name.
That is the most research I've ever done. I was just like, hey, I'm on
What did you let us just do?
Discover.
We looked at
Discover,
the first picture.
and then I just wanted to keep looking.
We read the Wikipedia
I wouldn't
article on
even
it.
I wouldn't even put that on my phone, and I own this phone.
He's gonna like check and see if there's a subreddit dedicated
There
to
probably
sounding.
is.
Oh, I
I'm sure there
guarantee it.
is.
There
Well, let's find out.
All right, here we go. We're gonna find it.
No, I mean like I was on
Ooh,
PornMD,
it hurts so bad,
the one that's
though.
like the database, and you just search stuff, and sometimes you just search weird, so you're like, sound. I wonder if it's like sounds like or something.
Wait,
and
what
then
database were you on?
PornMD. You never used that
Oh
one?
yeah.
Porn MD. I think I first discovered
It's like an-
sounding from 4chan or something.
aggregator.
Yeah,
or
you
something?
had to be on some fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, I randomly searched for sound. I don't know why, and then a bunch of like pee hole videos. I was like, no, random, close. I finished, not to that, but
I
mean,
would have. That would have stopped what I was doing and been like, "What is this?"
I'm not a quitter.
Oh God.
Okay.
I found the subreddit.
There's a sounding subreddit. Oh,
I think it's just
jeez.
called Pee Hole.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
Here's the first.
You gotta, whenever you go to a new subreddit, the first thing you have to do is look at the top of all time.
Yeah.
Second one.
Oh, what is it?
Somebody
Oh,
shoved
God,
a fucking
it's
rolling
goodness.
pin down their dick.
Ah, it's got curves to it though.
Okay.
Oh God, it won't come out. It's not gonna come out. He's gonna go to the doctor.
I'm done.
But does it feel good though? Is my argument.
I just don't see
I
how
don't
it
see
could.
how it could feel good.
I don't see how it could.
I think it could
Oh.
if it was, depending on the girth of it.
Like, have you ever had your like pee hole rubbed the
Oh,
wrong way during
John's
sex?
getting to where what?
Like, have you ever had your pee hole rubbed the wrong way during sex? Like an elbow hits it or something? Like that shit
I don't
hurts.
think I've ever been
Depends.
contorted in such a way where an elbow would hit it.
Like you never been moving and like just something like brushes and like hits like runs down the tip.
You've never had
You never
the
like
people's
bumped it?
elbow dropped on your erect penis
No.
directly on
no,
the pee hole.
No, I've come out and missed.
You've
You
never
ever
had
done that before?
that
That's
like
scary.
yeah that like weird like leg tendon like that's never popped you right on the tip of the pee hole.
The leg tendon.
Like
What?
you know how like when your legs are spread apart you get that like leg tendon.
I know what you're talking about, but what do you?
Why would your pee hole be like in contact with that though?
Like if she's on top, and you're going, and it comes out, and you've never like ran back up into the
if you like
tendon?
if you come out and it doesn't go directly back in, there's a whole host
whole-
of different
yeah,
things
yes.
that could go wrong.
Well, I'm
in
just
that
saying-
a whole host
situation.
of bad things that can happen.
Like it doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily have to be an elbow. Like you could hit that hard little tendon, like right on the tip of the pee hole. Like
That's so specific.
I feel like
Yeah,
I feel like
it's-
the pee hole is like less of an issue than like my dick getting bent in half.
yeah.
well, you see,
My pee hole's the last of my words.
it's like concrete. Like it ain't cracking in half.
If it's cracking in half, it's breaking like literally into
Yeah.
two pieces.
I think there's a higher probability I'm like puncturing the thigh.
A pee hole's fine.
How
her leg-
sharp? How
her leg
sharp is
blew
the
right
tip
off.
of your dick?
It's like a diamond, like full erect. Like it's the hardest thing on earth.
Oh,
I think we just found out that Billy has a dog penis because it's apparently sharp as a
sharp.
needle.
Very sharp at the end.
Or I guess it would be more of a cat penis.
It's
So
not
I think
barbed.
cat penises
Have you seen
are
a
like
cat dick? Oh
they're
my
fucked up.
god!
Aren't they like super sharp and
They,
like
they look like a
barbed.
demogorgon or whatever. they're called.
yeah.
Stranger Things.
Yeah,
It
and
just
that's why
rips
cats
shit open.
fucking freak out when they have sex.
Yeah.
Like the girls do not enjoy it.
Yeah.
okay. Well,
Man, I wish our dicks were like that.
just ravage. I just need to ravage something with it. I need to put it in, and you'll never think it's coming out.
If our dicks were like that, would we be able to? Would it be like controllable? Like you can kind of like flex and like,
Like a
make your dick
porcupine?
jump.
They have a.
Would you be able to flick your dick open at
It
will?
could be
No.
like an additional self-defense
There's
mechanism.
animals that have that. They have control over it.
Yeah.
What are they like?
Really?
Is it porcupines? and stuff?
Echidnas.
What?
Echidnas. It seems
think
like
it's
something like some
echidnas.
kind of.
Echidna.
Yeah,
Echidna?
Knuckles.
Knuckles, the
His
echidna.
name's Knuckles.
Oh, the echidna.
Yeah, Knuckles the echidna.
Oh shit.
The red guy from Sonic. He can control where his dick goes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Knuckles was based on a real living
so
I think
Echidna.
dolphins.
creature.
I think
Yeah.
it's dolphins that have the maneuverable dick.
Josh, I
Or
hate to
whales.
break it to you, hedgehogs are real animals too.
Yeah.
What's a-
blue and they go
what?
fast.
What's the tails?
Tails is a fox. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tails looks like a fox.
Yeah,
I
he's
think.
like a
He's
two.
Tails
They
Miles.
just gave him an extra
Tails
tail.
Miles Prower, the fox, right?
I think he's a
That's
fox.
his
yeah.
full
The
name.
fox.
Yeah, his name's
I'm
Tails
impressed
Prower.
that you knew Tails is.
It's
full
miles
name.
per hour.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
What were you a Sonic kid or not Sonic? Were you a
I never
Sega
had.
kid or
I never had a
Nintendo kid?
Sega. Yeah, I had a Nintendo
So you were
growing
Nintendo?
up. Yeah. I
Did you
had
have any
a,
relatives or friends that had a Sega and you were kind of jealous of it a little bit?
yeah, I had a neighbor that lived really close to me that had a Sega, and I would go over and play a lot. And I didn't even have a. I had a Nintendo, and then I skipped the Super Nintendo because we were broke. And my cousin had a Super Nintendo, so I played that over at his house a lot. But I haven't owned another Nintendo system since, like, whenever it was the system to have, like, the most up to date. I haven't had one since the NES because I didn't get an N64 until Xbox and PS2 and shit was
Yeah,
out.
so you're a generation behind. That's how I kind of.
But I mean, I had a PS2, but I always played that shit at my friends' houses.
Yeah.
So I literally have, and I think the N64 was the last Nintendo system that I ever bought,
Right. So
other than a DS. I've had DS.
Man, we really
let's skip
that
reeled that back.
That really
skip
changed
away
quick.
from prehensile penises and cat dicks and stuff and whatever sounding shoving shit in your dick. Let's talk about who are the Sega and Nintendo kids. So Josh,
I was
sound like you were a
I was a
Nintendo kid.
Nintendo kid for sure.
Okay.
When that was the system that got me into
you had a
video
Nintendo.
games. For
You didn't
sure.
have a Super Nintendo.
No.
You say you were
No, I
NES.
played it at my cousin's house and friends, but yeah.
Okay. So
You're
John,
talking about that generation though.
yeah, like
Sega
just
Genesis.
Where were you? Genesis, Super Nintendo. Yeah, where
What
did you
was your
want?
So we had
primary?
a Super Nintendo, but it was like only sometimes you could get the cartridges to work. But I definitely preferred Sega.
Yeah, I mean, I had. So here's the deal. My mom was 18 when she had me, and so Christmas, the first Christmas I can remember, my mom would have been, or my mom and dad would have been like 23, 24, so I was like 5 years old. they bought a Nintendo for me, but it was obviously for them. So we had an NES in the house, and then a Super Nintendo. And then after that, it was like PlayStation, because all my, like, everybody was like, you gotta play Final Fantasy VII. You gotta
Yeah.
that was, by the time I was conscious enough to know what I was doing, it was a PlayStation for sure. But
Yeah.
as a kid, I remember going to my cousin's houses and my neighbor's houses. They all had Sega Genesis, and just Sonic. I think Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is probably one of the best games ever made. I mean, for me, like, you can sit down and play it. You don't have to be good at games. You know how it works. You just go. I mean, it's like,
gotta go fast.
It's up there with Mario, but it's just like, it's more engaging, I think, you know. But I was a Nintendo kid, and I never owned anything Sega until now. Like, I'm old enough to just buy everything.
Yeah.
Can we edit out the thing I said about watching the?
Nope.
No.
No, it's there.
That
now.
was
I-
beautiful.
There's
Your
no
wife
edits.
is going to hear this.
Yeah, I know.
My wife is upstairs, so that's why I did not chime in. At all.
Nobody else did except for me.
We started it.
Yeah. I mean, we can get back on that subject if you
I'm
like.
so- no, I was
I've
just-
seen some weird shit.
We
Just
already
because you
passed.
saw it.
He brought us back to
I
it.
mean, just because you saw it doesn't
Well, I
mean you're
tried to change the
necessarily.
subject.
Doesn't mean that I got off to that multiple times.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like maybe 2 or 3 times.
you go through, like, you know, you're exploring and you find things, and just because you found it doesn't mean that you liked it.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Danielle, definitely don't go into John's computer and look in his Bethesda Skyrim save files for the hidden folder called the Lusty Argonian Barmaid. It's totally not full of midget porn.
Dude, so, okay, I think I can cut to probably the most fucked up thing I've ever seen.
I feel like this is gonna be really fucked up.
No, I mean, maybe, but no, it's not. It's not actually the most fucked up thing I've ever seen. But this is probably the most. Like, everybody always talks about the dark web. There's a dark web, and you can everybody's secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Modern.
you can get onto a different, like, internet that's called, like, the Tor.
Yeah, Tor Network.
Tor Network or whatever. So I got on there and got onto one of the search engines, and I wasn't even trying to look for anything, but, like, one of the first things that I saw and immediately exited and never went back was a dude fucking a tiger.
The
So,
ultimate power trip.
yeah, he was, like, holding up its tail and just, like, fucking going at it with his tiger.
What?
Yeah, he was fucking a tiger.
Was the tiger, like, conscious? at
Yeah,
the
it was
time?
there. It was eating a steak.
Really?
Yeah.
So he distracted it with a steak.
Yeah, and he was just
Well,
fucking the tiger.
We've already had the cat dick comment, so
But,
I assume
mean,
tiger dicks
he
are
was
the
probably
same.
okay. I mean, the tiger.
Yeah, I'm
fine
sure
with
the
it,
tiger
right?
was
I
like-
don't want to think about what the tiger was. All I know is I saw it. Then I was like, "This is enough for me. I'm done. I'm out.
Done
I'm
with-
good."
Done with the
Didn't you
dark
say
web.
that you saw like assassins and shit, like people hiring assassins.
Like air quote assassins. That's probably the gig to be in. We need to start a dark web assassin site, and then people deposit their $10,000, and we just don't do it. What are they going to do? Call the police?
Yeah, there were like job postings for them, and then watching video. I can't watch videos of people dying because it
Yeah,
makes life
it's
too
real.
real.
Oh,
It's real
absolutely.
messed up.
And like the even I've always had an issue. I'm always freaked out by, like, whenever body parts go in ways they're not supposed to
Have
go,
you ever
like
seen
broken
Porsche
bones
Girl?
and shit. Huh?
Porsche girl.
Porsche girl?
Yeah, like Porsche, like the car.
No.
Anybody ever seen that
It
shit?
somes very familiar, but I can't place
does
it, so
sound
probably not.
familiar.
I'm sure it's scarring,
haven't.
so
No.
But
I
like
probably saw it on 4chan.
It made my stomach flip upside down. Just fucking think. I can't even. I'm gonna describe it.
It's not necessarily the
Yes, please do.
gruesomeness of gore or something. It's
The reality of the gore.
idea of like just someone
It's the actual
becoming
thing.
separated from their body or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I mean, this girl took her dad's Porsche, driving way too fast on the highway, lost control, hit a concrete pillar for the, like, overpasses, and when she did that, she came out of the car, the driver's side window, hit the concrete pillar. You know, of course, you're done when you're going, like, I don't know how fast she was going.
Yeah.
But there's just
Porsche
a litany
speed.
of pictures of this accident scene, and it was just like her bottom jaw. That was it. It was like her bottom jaw was all that was left in the car of her head, and then it was just like the concrete pillar was just her splattered just all over. I mean, it's like
Yeah,
I can't.
see, that's
Yeah, there used to be a picture of a guy that hit a deer but the deer didn't die, but it like popped up and its legs came in and it kicked his head off.
Oh shit!
What about the one that like a brick or some shit falls off somebody's car?
Don't die. The brick video is the worst.
I
with
did.
the dude.
I stopped it. Like it got to
Yeah.
a point
You
and
didn't
I
hear his
paused
wife?
it.
Yeah.
I read the comments first and I did not watch
can't do
that.
this anymore. Okay,
feel-
gotta
I
move
feel
on
like
to
I've
another
heard that
topic
before.
besides most fucked up things we've seen on the internet.
I remember
the internet has
whenever I
fucked
was in
up
high
our
school.
generation.
This is kind of similar, but a little less fucked up. Essentially, I don't know. It's pretty fucked up. Whenever I was in high school, in IRT one day we had a sub, which IRT is like a study hall.
Yeah.
So we had a sub come in, and one kid in my class had one of the Faces of Death videos, like just in his backpack, and he somehow talked our substitute teacher into letting us watch Faces of Death during school in like our study hall. It was the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen. I don't know how he did it, but like we literally watched people die. Like we watched the video of the politician that like committed suicide and like the fountain of, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Nope.
Like there's
Yeah, me
like
too.
just all kinds of crazy people dying basically. And we watched this at school.
Is that the
And-
one where he's like live on TV and he does it?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like a live press conference and he commits suicide and shit. But like I don't remember the dude's name.
He was like he had just gotten like found guilty of something.
Yeah. He was like his
like
life
child
was
molestation
fucked,
or
pretty
something.
much.
Yeah, he was going to jail for a very, very long time.
Yeah, but so that was just one of the videos that we saw. But after that happened, like the next week we came in, the regular teacher was back, and they found out about all the shit that went down. That sub was like fired and banned from like ever being a teacher in their life. Basically, the kid was expelled. Like they offered like counseling and shit for everybody that was in the class to watch it.
Yeah, I guess so.
It was fucked
Yeah.
up, dude. I mean, that was the first time I'd ever seen shit like that. Because I mean, the internet was kind of
Distanced away from you.
I mean,
as you explained
the
earlier.
internet was established, but this is like during like the evolution of dance.
Yeah,
YouTube
it was like
is,
fun
like,
stuff.
It's
And
still
then,
like
"Ah!"
it's still the internet's in its infancy, pretty much still. So like.
You could almost say
None
that
of us had
that
seen
sub
stuff
was
like
just
that.
naive, but like no,
Yeah.
they just kept letting it. You're just watching it.
Yeah.
Maybe they thought it wasn't real, but
We
even
watched
then,
we watched it the whole time. He let us watch the entire
wait.
thing.
What was his name?
The sub?
We can cut it out. But did he go by a first name basis?
I don't remember the sub's
no.
name. The sub was like brand
Bob
new.
was too cool for
I was
that.
thinking
Bob
Bob,
was
but-
too cool for school.
The sub was like brand new,
Okay.
like real young and stuff. But I don't understand how you could see someone die as a teacher and like let it
go.
keep going.
Yeah.
And
know,
like
man.
let us watch more of it.
I think it like if
How
they,
fucked up did that individual have to be to not
Yeah.
think anything of it as an adult? Showing
I
it to
don't know,
kids.
man.
Hey,
I've
man.
listened to enough black metal where I'm like, let him fucking see it. This is gonna fuck up everybody in this room.
know what we're gonna do?
Old bags of meat.
Just boo.
We're
Let it
gonna watch-
happen.
Watch Cannibal Corpse music videos the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Lyric videos. You got to know what they're saying.
Okay, so we went from James Cameron.
Yeah, I tried. I tried twice to bring this out of this hole. But, you know, you end up in the hole. I tried James Cameron. I tried Sega Genesis. It didn't work.
I can shift gears a little bit. I remember what I was trying to think of while we were outside a little bit ago. You know, like the dude that won all that fucking money from the lottery, like the 1.6 billion or whatever in North
No.
Carolina.
I mean, I knew somebody won, but I
There
don't
was
know where
like
you're
crazy.
going with
There was like a crazy high lottery.
Yeah,
fairly
it was
recently.
Yeah,
like a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah, so or my wife and I played it and stuff, but the main thing that I'm trying to get at with this is like the dude won the lottery and he took the lump sum instead of like the lifetime payout.
it. Of course.
Sure.
The only way to
Yeah,
do it.
which is
Yeah.
I agree 100% you should do that. But I was talking to people that I work with about this, and one of the guys said that he would rather have the lifetime payments and stuff. And I was like, why would you ever do that? Because, you know, like if you die, that money's gone. Like, it's no longer in your possession. It doesn't give like they don't give that to your relatives or
There's
anything.
no guarantee of the future.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
I want it right now.
Exactly. And you can control that money and invest it in shit, but like so like he was arguing the amount of money because it went from like 1.6 billion to like the guy on the lump sum ended up getting like 500 million or something like that.
Only.
Jesus.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. And like I was arguing with him about like how could you even where you are in your life right now, how could you even distinguish between having $500 million and $1.6 billion?
Or
Like,
1.6 million.
you can't even begin to think about having that much money, the lower amount.
Right.
Like, so how could you even care the difference?
Well, I think that's the mentality that ends up fucking breaking people when they do win the lottery. 'Cause they do think that way, and then they just, because they're being greedy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, so you guys have heard a bunch of stories about my dad, right?
I don't know where this is
Ty,
going.
why-
I think the one that like made him as bitter as he is now was that he worked at a place where they did a pool for lottery, and he like would participate like every now and again, and they fucking won. And it was two people won like $360 million between the two of them.
Really?
Yeah. And
Whoa.
the thing is, it's like interesting to watch, like, and listen to him tell stories about these two people. And they were like both the two guys that won were like best friends. They're not anymore. Like after they won all this money. So one of the guys is like he's like hitting it like Van Halen did in the 80s. Like he's just like coke and cars and big houses, like houses on the beach and da da da. And the other guy lives in the same house. And he was just like, he came to me, like my dad was like, he came to me and was just like, I'm just done working. Like he has like 113 million or something. And he's just like, I'm good. I'm good with the way I am. And the other guy, like I've seen him a couple of times. And my dad would be like, yeah, there he goes in his car, like some custom built like muscle car or whatever. And I wouldn't be able to live with myself. Like there's a commercial on TV now where it's like the lesson is like about being left out, and it's like 19 people signed up for the lottery and it hit $1 billion, and that day was the day that you didn't like buy a ticket or whatever. I think I might not be able to continue.
You'd be a Faces of Death.
Yeah, I'd probably be on Faces of Death. Probably on the dark web, fucking a tiger or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my wife's work does that too. They have like big pools.
Like pools?
Yeah.
You never know, man.
They participate, and like that would be amazing, obviously. But like, I remember getting into a conversation with her one time about like what we would do. Like, what's the first if you won the lottery? What's like one of the first things you would do?
Hire a lawyer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, hiring a lawyer would be first.
Forming an LLC.
Probably a financial advisor as well.
No.
On top of that,
Just lawyer.
you think so? You think that
Yeah,
would be
financial advisors take percent cuts of what they do, so you're gonna be spending so much money when you could just buy like bonds and some bullshit stocks.
Yeah, we got
Well,
a guy
maybe
here
I
that works at
should-
a bank.
Well,
What should we
yeah,
do?
maybe we should just meet a guy that works for a bank and it could be our financial advisor.
There is an excellent Reddit post. If you search like, what do I do if I win the lottery? Reddit. There's a great Reddit post by this. I think he's a lawyer. He's like an estate lawyer. That's what you want. And he like goes through all the steps. It's like first thing you do, sign the ticket, make 1 billion copies, open a safety deposit box at every bank you can feasibly drive to, and put a copy in a safe deposit box and save the ticket. Step 2, hire a fucking lawyer. It's like you want to go to a national firm. You don't want to do the guy that helped your brother's divorce.
Yeah, nope.
You want to be as distanced from reality as possible. And then step 2 is he'll help you form an LLC and have somebody like a representative of the LLC claim. You have 180 days, at least with Mega. I'm sure it's probably the same with most of them, to claim. Have somebody from the LLC claim. You want to keep yourself completely separate from it, and Yeah, and then you just gotta make sure nobody knows.
And then you start selling drugs.
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
You have enough money to buy the drugs, you might as well sell them. Yeah, he's got a huge post, and yeah.
What's the first
Bullshit purchase you make?
bullshit purchase that you would do if you had like
It'd
a
be
seemingly unlimited amount of money?
hard. I don't know. Like, you're talking like tangible, I'm paying cash for this and going
Yeah.
home with it purchase,
Yeah.
not like buying a house or something like that.
Right.
I don't
That's
know,
a
man.
boring answer.
I would be up to my eyeballs.
Everybody would buy a great house.
I would be up to my eyeballs in cars.
I was gonna say I'm probably like a fancy ass sports car.
That's what I
Maybe
would
not
do.
even fancy ass.
That's
Like,
what I would do, too.
I would buy like a fucking Camaro LS.
Yeah,
And keep it reasonable.
Honestly, I would want to buy a Tesla. I've always wanted to own a Tesla.
But then people would know
Everybody
you
wants
won the
a Tesla.
lottery because they cost like $3 million.
Huh?
Everybody'd know you won. Like, oh, Josh,
Yeah,
Teslas
he's doing
don't.
Tesla.
No, Teslas are actually kind of
They're
affordable
getting
comparatively.
affordable, 'cause
They're getting
as
affordable.
often
Yeah.
as I see them, they have to be getting affordable. Like I see them all the time.
I mean, I know last time I looked them up, like it was like $20,000 or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
Have
you
all
can-
followed
you can
the
buy,
release
like, a pretty
schedule
cheap
of the
one.
Tesla.
The what?
If you guys followed there's a Model S, there's
Yeah.
a Model E, and there's a Model X.
Really?
Yeah,
Intentional.
God damn it.
intentionally.
I don't know. I love Elon Musk.
Real life Tony
Fuck
Stark.
yeah.
He's a fucking cool dude.
Do you know where he came from?
Tony Stark is
Elon Musk.
yeah.
It's real life. Just wait. 10
He's
years,
But
Thanos
do
is
you know
coming,
his-
and Elon
do you
Musk
know
is
his
gonna.
background, like how he got all his money. Do you know
Elon Musk?
Yeah,
No.
I don't actually
fucking
know.
PayPal. He started PayPal.
He did?
Yeah, that's where he got all his money from.
Really?
Taking that like 10% off of every eBay purchase from 1994 all the way up to 2010 or whatever the fuck. That's how much money you would have.
Holy shit. I
Yeah.
did not know that.
Yeah, that's where he got his money. He started PayPal.
I don't know why. Like, I feel like I should know that. That seems so.
That dude,
like,
and just he hires the best.
he's so fucking cool.
He has so much money. He's like, what do we need to do? Okay, so now we have a goal.
Let's build underground tunnels.
Just whatever. It
under
doesn't
LA.
matter what it is. Like we have a goal now. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna use my money to hire the absolute top tier best fucking engineers that I can get, and they're gonna do it.
Who you
And
talking
that's what
about,
he does.
Elon Musk?
Yeah, Elon Musk.
Yeah, we're talking about how fucking amazing Elon Musk is.
I was just saying, give it 10 years, the aliens are gonna come. They're gonna start like killing people, like Mars Attacks, and Elon Musk is gonna fly down in his robot armor and
He's
start
already-
blasting them away. They're like, "Oh fuck!
And-
Who knew Elon Musk had robot armor?"
Plot twist.
Have I been saying it wrong?
He's
He is
actually
an
been
alien.
an alien the whole time.
I think
It's a reptilian.
I think Elon Musk, and it just goes musical. It's like really smart dude, and then Michael Jackson and Freddie Mercury, aliens.
They're all reptilians.
Fucking absolutely.
You guys have seen the underground project that he's working on, right? Oh, hello.
Like,
I've heard about it.
The Elon Musk is like planning to. He wants to like burrow under LA and stuff and major cities, and like come up with these.
Underground Railroad.
It's no.
Just for preparation for the
It's
future. He knows where
basically
stuff's
to
going.
get rid of traffic in really traffic heavy areas. He wants to make these tunnels that go underground, and you like pull your car up on these like skate things.
Yeah.
Like
and
a
take them
car wash.
underground and
Like the car wash.
it's kind of like ferries or something for your car, like individual ferries. You put your car on it, and they'll take you like to the other side of LA or whatever, like really fast.
And then just plop
and
you
they're
back.
all automated, and you can go like 150 miles an hour under the Earth's surface. Like, it's a really cool idea. I definitely suggest looking it up. But like people think that flying cars are like where the future is.
No, we gotta go under.
Underground
Yeah,
cars.
We gotta go
underground,
under, not over.
like use gravity to your advantage. Like you don't have to spend all this time trying to figure out how to make a flying car that's like. I feel like, from what I've seen, like helicopters are some of the best technology that you can have to like defy gravity to be able to like.
And those fuckers
Stay in a
crash all the
spot.
goddamn time.
Yeah, it's true.
Exactly. So like
It's a good
it's
point.
much better to go like to use the underground, but that also raises the question of like how much can you burrow without like
Disrupting the integrity
And-
of.
like making the
Earth.
ground unstable.
Um,
I think it's the same. It's like the same as
Well, there's
It's the
property
same as
rights too.
airspace. Like you can go up 3 miles. Okay, that seems like a really long way, and it is. If you fall from 3 miles, you're to fucking dead.
Mm-hmm.
But you could
fall
also go
from 30
down
feet.
3 miles. You can go down 3 miles and burrow somewhere. You can go down 2.5 miles and also have more in 2.3, and you have all these different layers where you could be, and like the thickness of the earth is, hundreds of thousands of times that. Like
Yeah.
you know.
I wonder if Elon Musk will come on our show and smoke weed with
Yeah,
us.
can Elon
That'd be
Musk
fucking dope.
come on our show?
I'll ask him the hard
Hey,
questions
Jamie,
though,
can you
because Joe Rogan gave him such softball
Yeah.
questions.
It was softball.
My
It
issue with
really
him is
was.
he acted like I think he's
A reptilian.
a
Oh.
really cool dude, but
who, Joe
When he-
Rogan or Elon?
well, Elon.
So Elon, first question: where's the fucking Iron Man armor? We know you got it.
Yeah.
Open your briefcase. Open your briefcase right
What I'm
now.
saying is, he's like, I just want to do things that make people happy, and I just think, why not start with that fucking genius of yours? Why don't you do some things that are keeping people from even understanding what happiness is?
That's true, but
Like,
I mean, he could.
fucking California is on fire right now. Use your brain to fix shit like that. Fix hunger or whatever. I don't fucking care. But he's like, we gotta fucking dig a tunnel.
I don't think.
Yeah, it's
I don't
fun.
think those problems are. Elon Musk isn't genius. He is money. And
Sorry,
he
yeah,
is-
I missed part of the conversation. I think you made that
Yeah,
point.
he's an
he
infinite.
hires the
an
genius.
Infinite
Yeah,
supply
right.
of money,
Yeah.
and he may have like good ideas, and he will only throw money at those good ideas. But like problems like world hunger, and disease and poverty,
That shit
you
is
can't-
so.
It's
that shit
so
is
much
so,
bigger than
yeah,
like it's so much bigger
complex.
than like I
But
can throw money.
technology could be used for a lot of those things if he actually put his mind to it.
Yeah, I mean
Or whoever.
the technology of how the fuck they have McDonald's on every street corner and all that shit tastes the same from here to California could be used to feed the entire planet.
There's no money.
Where was
in
I
that.
going? What?
Nobody wants to do that.
Nobody
'cause they
wants
can't
to
make
do
any
that.
money.
Yeah, that's what I
My
mean.
point was he just kind of made it sound like he just wanted people to have fun or be happy, and that's cool. But why can't you just start with the basics? Do you remember learning about like the hierarchy of needs or something in psychology class?
No, I
I
slept.
didn't
like
do
the
that. I didn't do
work your
psychology
way
at
up.
all. I've never had one.
I don't know.
That was
You got a
first
lot?
semester of college. I,
I mean,
didn't care.
Yeah, like
I mean, I didn't care. All
you're
of
talking
college.
about like working from most basic needs to
Right.
luxurious. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
But
Solve those problems first.
The thing,
is all
like,
I'm
if you
saying.
solve those problems, like, I am desperately impoverished. I live in poverty. I have no money. I have nothing. Now, food is easy to come by. I don't have to struggle anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't everyone just do that then?
Wally.
I think that's the problem
Yeah.
about humans is like if we make it super easy and you have an unlimited source of food, which we do have that. But if we make that available to everyone,
Can't make any money.
well, you can't make any money, but everyone would just do that then.
And there's a whole
This
idea.
is like the conservative bullshit that's going to come out of my mouth right now.
I mean, it's kind of like there. I definitely consider myself to be more left leaning on most issues.
Yeah.
Specifically, but like I remember hearing somebody talking about like if you make that's like one of the main problems with like communism in general, like spreading all the wealth is it
Yeah,
makes
there's people. There's humans involved.
It makes people complacent
Yeah.
too if like you don't have to work to get your shit. Like that's part of there are definitely problems with both things, but that's part of the reason why capitalism is good in some respects is like it makes you want to work because you want to get above the status quo. And if the status quo is like the same for everyone, then everyone just becomes complacent. Like, I don't know. It's
If people
you
were
know
just
people
handing me
would.
food and water and shit, I wouldn't be complacent. I would there's still shit that I would want, like all this dumb technology. I'm just saying, if you worked on getting everybody at that base level,
you want to
and
be,
then they could pay for all the other bullshit and work toward it.
You want to be better because there's things because
which
there's
causes
an incentive.
that causes
there's a reason
inequality.
Yeah.
Whenever you want to like get better and make your own situation better, it causes inequality because I mean, as human beings, we're inherently selfish.
Yeah.
Like that's
absolutely
that's basically what evolution has made us become, is like for us to further our own, like for us to pass our genes along, we have to be better than the other guy.
than everybody.
Right.
And that's why there's so many people.
That's
how
part
we're
of
programmed.
evolution itself, but like I mean, I don't know. I'm at the same, like on the same token, like I don't want to see other people suffer.
You don't. You do not.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is, like, what if nobody struggled and it was just easy? Like so Elon Musk comes out, he solves world hunger. We've got these protein supplements that just grow on trees, literally, and they grow all season long. There's trees in every city. Everybody can go up and grab one and eat it, and they're sustained for a day. And there's like, these things are everywhere. What's the incentive for the people that are at rock bottom to become better?
They're just gonna play Fortnite mobile.
Well,
just gonna play Fortnite.
then
Play
who
Fortnite
cares?
mobile.
What, like, why would it even matter if it was so easy to just let them have food?
But why wouldn't I just go out and...
Because now you have to pay a tax to be able to use the trees.
Yeah, because
It's
humans,
just tacked onto
humans
your
are just going to
taxes.
start doing that.
So there's
and
readily
figuring
available
out other
food,
ways-
but you can't
figuring
afford
out
your
other
taxes,
ways-
and
yeah.
now you're getting fined and sent to jail
But
because
the
you can't
reason
afford
that we are where
free
we
food.
are today is because there's never been anything in history that was like that.
Yeah.
There's never been a plateau of everybody's fine.
But you're focusing more on the sake or the future of humanity itself. The individual people, whether or not they're suffering, doesn't matter. It's just like, and I'm not saying that you don't care about people. I just mean you're saying it's a bigger issue if humanity doesn't go on to exist, because everybody becomes complacent and is handed
They
everything.
would. I mean,
But really, does it
I think
fucking
everybody in
matter?
this room, if they were given that opportunity, you're gonna want to better yourself, right? Like, I think that's how we all feel. But I don't feel like that's the majority of people. Like, there would just be people that would take advantage of that.
It'll never happen.
It would just be
There's now
a flat line.
There's a pill that literally grows on trees all season long, readily available. You need one a day. It's going to get bought and then produced. They're never going to allow it to be planted on every street corner.
And
you'll
then
have to pay for it.
And then like somehow people that have like more drive and more reason to better their own, like they have the drive to want to better their own situation, are going to figure out ways to better their situation by capitalizing on the people that don't care to do that.
Always. Yep.
And
Suffering
that's
makes-
I feel like that's how we got here in the first
Yeah,
place.
that's how
really,
we're here.
we've covered the entire existence of humanity. Because, like, I mean, even if you think about, like, I'm big into philosophy and shit. And I know we've gotten into deep conversations about philosophy before, but like,
Not on this show.
no, not on the show. So like, but if you think about like, fuck, I forgot where exactly I was going with this.
Suffering makes money.
Suffering makes money. If you think about like, I completely forgot where I was going.
Well,
with this.
I mean,
I lost
so
it.
so the fact that we have people that are suffering and they don't have food and they're dying would turn into, now we have people that they're not dying anymore, but we're going to still figure out ways to oppress that level now.
Yeah.
Like, they're not dying anymore. Everybody's fine. There's no sickness. There's no hunger. But
Everything
we're still
just,
gonna push them away a little bit.
In a tiered system, it's still the bottom tier.
Yeah.
Everything
Still
just
bottom.
tiers up one more.
And I don't know.
And even if you think about civilization, were you gonna say something?
No, you're good.
If you think about like civilization in general too, like we got to these common laws that we all hold, like don't steal, don't murder, all that shit, like do it unto others, that kind of shit, golden rule. So like if you think about that in like the very ground level of the beginning of civilization, where we're like coming out of like caveman status and shit like that, like I've been hunting and gathering shit all day, and I don't want this other guy to come steal my hard work.
So I'll kill him.
Right. Like that's...
Don't die, be better.
We like all agree at a certain capacity that you get what you work for, and like the other guy can't come and take from that at the same token. So like, and if they do take from you, then they're there to be punished. Like that's kind of like the ground level of that whole situation, and that's kind of like what turned into capitalism at the same time. I don't know, because this is something that conflicts with me personally, because that idea makes sense to me on some level, but at the same time I don't want to like have so much and be hoarding compared to the person next to me that's like struggling. Even if like there are some people that struggle and don't try,
right. But what I'm saying is like you would give to that person and help them.
Yeah.
But humans are of such a way that they would just take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And destroy you.
Right.
Right? Am I wrong?
I don't believe that
That's
they would
what I was saying.
necessarily
I'm
destroy
sorry.
you.
My whole deal was evil, based upon what everybody was just saying. Like, I think that if everybody had like an easy way to live, that we would just
There would just be a new way.
Like we would just stop advancing. That's my evil thought.
I don't think we'd stop advancing just by keeping people from suffering. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think it'll ever happen. I don't think there's any way
Why
to ever
shouldn't
stop.
it? All the other shit that we do. Why is that such a crazy idea?
The concern is to stop people from suffering. It's just like what we were saying a second ago. Like if you get everybody to a level playing field, humans are so fucked up that we're gonna find a way to take. Okay,
So
that guy now is living. We're gonna make him miserable, even though he's alive now and he's not dying of hunger and he's not dying of disease. He's miserable in some other way that we would come up with.
I mean, I do agree that we can definitely stop a lot of current issues like world hunger and stuff with enough development and research and stuff, because we've come a long way already. Like we help a lot of third world countries. Like
there's
the world
no
is
reason
the world
that
is in a
anybody
better
should be hungry
state
right now.
Yeah,
like we have such an excess.
That's
that
true.
There's no reason. That
That's true. That's true. But there's like I feel like the world in a lot of ways is better than it has been in the past, because
we're living on the absolute edge of greatness as far as human
like
civilization
people talk about how they would rather live in a different time. Like I would not like this is the time I would want to be alive.
This is the best time right now,
just because I think people that lived 1,000 years ago looked cool. Like I don't want to smell like fucking shit and BO 100% of the time,
and then die when you're 30.
Exactly.
That wouldn't be good.
Yeah, so like
Well,
we've definitely
let's not get ahead of ourselves.
We've not only
30 is still out of reach.
Die when you're 24.
You're still a few weeks
30's
away.
old. Yeah.
So I mean, we've definitely made great strides, and even helping the poor fellow man. Like we've
to be poor now is way better than it would be.
Yeah, they're in better
poor.
situations than they were a long time ago. But still, there's work that could be done. But at the same time, like I still feel like there's going to be a difference. Like the poor will always be like both.
That's why
might
communism
be rising.
doesn't work, man. It's because there's people. There's greed.
I wasn't saying I want everybody to be literally on the same playing
John
field.
just wants for people to be alive.
Yeah, like what
Give
if
it a
there's
fucking enjoy,
Give them a chance.
not just lie around dying and flies all over their face and shit.
What if there's like
I get it.
a couple of millennia in the future, there's some dudes making a podcast and they're like, we're sitting here all chilling and speaking through our we're all
We're all
telepathic
speaking through our frontal
like
cortex.
think about all those people out there that can't speak telepathically
Poor
you know
bastards.
what I
gonna
mean
be a
like all these
higher
people
level.
out there that are
Like,
stuck
they
with
used to talk with their mouths.
all these
Do you know
people
what you do
are
with your mouth?
all these people are stuck playing Xbox One X's and we're telepathic.
Xbox One SEXs.
So I mean
Yeah,
it
there you
could
go.
all be relative
Tesla,
but
Xbox
there's
One SEX.
I agree there's definitely improvement that should be done but
I'm
There's-
just saying we're not suffering by not having the next technology. It's all just fun shit.
Well,
All I was trying to say is that Elon Musk was portraying himself as just wanting to do good for people, and I'm not saying he's lying about it. I'm just saying
he's still
couldn't
a
he have
businessman.
focused that shit on healthcare or something?
Well,
You
I
don't
mean,
even have to go
there's-
as far as world hunger and stuff, but
I mean, money exists, and money is in everything. I mean, I don't think anybody can disagree that there's not money in our politics, like corporations,
Right.
super PACs. Like sometimes stuff like that goes against interests. Like, I mean, groceries. I would say we probably spend a majority of our income on groceries every month. A good
Yeah.
chunk of our incomes.
Quite a bit.
Like, if that super pill came out, like, who needs a fucking Kroger anymore? And like those corporations,
Damn, you're taking this in a whole other direction.
their parent corporations don't want that. So
Yeah.
there's going to be laws passed.
You're getting into legalizing marijuana territory is what
I mean,
you're getting
yeah,
you're
I
getting
mean-
into like they're
You're getting into pharmaceutical companies
Fucking oil.
fighting against
Yeah.
legalizing
oil
marijuana.
That
Coal.
oil has killed so many people.
Yeah, and oil, yeah.
Just because it makes plastic, it makes makeup, it makes our cars go fast. Like,
Yeah. I mean, like, it would be the same thing. Like,
can you imagine being the guy that came up with something that was like, oh, this is twice as good as oil? They'd
And-
fucking cut your head off.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely. Like, right out of the gate.
renewable energy sources.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it would just fall into the same category. We just haven't hit it yet. Like, it's going to be shut down by somebody because they're not going to make as much money if that is a readily available thing.
And
So the
that's-
funding won't be there. You won't be able to get the research. You won't be able to get it past testing, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be somebody
I'll take
who's
that
like,
point. I'll
who's
take
like,
that point that
hey,
it's hard for Elon Musk to do that, but I also don't think that he ever tried.
Well, okay, so look at somebody that has. Bill Gates has like squashed malaria in several South African countries
yeah,
with the money that he has. Like he could, because Bill Gates has basically an infinite supply of money. And so his next thing that you guys were talking about earlier was like
a toilet.
a toilet.
I didn't read the article.
So the deal with him was he went to a conference. He
With
was
a
like
jar
the-
of poop.
Yeah, he had a jar
He
of
had
shit.
a jar of poop.
He set it on the pedestal and was like, "This is shit. This is killing X amount of people every year. Why don't we have better ways to deal with our own shit?" So that's the next thing he's tackling. Like, it was malaria. Now it's just like sewer. Basic. Like, he's attacking like a basic thing, and he has basically an infinite supply of money, and it's going to take him 10 years, 15 years
At
for him to come
least.
back and say, this county in this South African country now has sewers. That's just how sad humanity is.
I mean,
Like,
there's
we-
infrastructure
just so much
issues. There's
red tape and-
resistance.
Yep.
Yeah.
and
It's
there's
fucked up, man.
Huge.
It's fucked up. It's negative things. Glass
Yeah.
is half empty.
It's
Yeah.
just because like
this is my fault. I'm sorry.
I mean,
no, this is the kind of
Can't
shit
bring
that
Elon
this
Musk
is
up
this is
around
the
me.
important shit, man.
I mean, there's like huge resistance. Like, imagine, like, think back to like the '90s, and your parents didn't want corded phones, like, or cordless phones. Like, there's the battery, like, but the cord works, and that's how people. They're like,
Yeah,
but
I'm
shitting
just
in the
gonna keep
gutter
doing it.
works.
I don't care.
Like, I can
Yeah.
shit in the gutter, and
I
then
can just
somebody
poop in the street, it's fine.
somebody washes it down. Like, why do we need these? It's superfluous. We don't need it. We're fine. And they resist, and
And their kid goes out and plays in it with bare feet, and all of a
yeah,
sudden they have some
they
sort of
tip their
awful
arrows in it and
disease.
shoot it at their enemies.
And, like-
biological warfare.
that's something that's something
I'm gonna put my arrows in his poop and kill all my enemies.
that's something that I kind of saw a little bit firsthand too. Is like whenever we went to the Philippines, like it's amazing how many people live in America in a bubble.
Goodness.
You okay, little buddy?
Yeah.
But it's amazing how we kind of like live in our own bubbles in America.
Will you get me one too?
In a super super privileged country compared to a majority of the world. Like, even if you're born in America into shit, like, you're still, if you're born in America in general, you're like the top percentage.
You're still
of
above
the world.
third world countries.
Like, to
That's why
go
they're third.
to go to the Philippines and see like firsthand
USA,
America
#1.
to go to the Philippines and see people living in absolute poverty and like never experiencing something like that was like it shakes you to your bone. It's ridiculous because you could be like walking through a nice part of town and the laws and everything are so different there. Like, there's no zoning laws or anything, so like you could be walking through a nice part of town and see like a ridiculous mansion that has like looks fucking amazing. It has statues everywhere. It has like immense gardens and stuff. And then like right next to it, there's like shanty town that has shacks and people like living on the streets. And I remember just driving through the streets of Manila and seeing people like sitting on the corner, like selling meat that looks like it's like 3, 4, 5 days old, that's not been cooled or anything. It looks like shit. There are flies everywhere and people are like buying it. It's like, it's crazy. And then like we're chilling here sitting on this
Nice
fucking
ass
couch.
futon. Not even top tier Walmart. But
I
it's
don't
still
know.
nice.
I don't know.
That's
That's
like-
that's something that fucked me up, man. It makes you really think about how much everything's relative, I guess. But like, I
How
lived my
fucking fake our lives
entire
are.
yeah, like I lived my entire 30 years of my life to that point, thinking that I kind of had a rough go of it a little bit in some aspects, and then I go over there and see people there, and we would have, like, we met a lot of people, and they like made us dinners, and they would spend like their weeks, like their entire week salary of their job or whatever to like give us this one dinner that one time because we came and saw them,
All right, guys.
because we're like from America. But
So,
it got real. Sorry.
favorite Excel functions, John.
Probably count if.
It's a good
I
one.
don't use Excel
Yeah,
a lot.
I use Google Sheets.
That's what I use, but they're basically the same
Yeah,
thing.
it's essentially the same thing. I don't know. I was just trying to.
Tab.
I like
Being
the,
able to tab.
I like the if function. I use if a lot because I don't know how to use the other functions. You can pretty much build anything with an if. With enough ifs, you can build anything.
That was such a violent change of category.
It's my
This
fault.
has
I'm
been
sorry.
feel like
this
my
has
neck
been the
just
most
broke.
ridiculous, like all across the spectrum.
Everywhere.
Slogcast.
If you want to have fun, listen to part 1. If
This
you want to
is-
get deep, listen to
Listen to
part
part
2.
two.
When I get depressed, listen to the part where John started talking more.
Episode number 1 has been unbelievable, covering the whole
Yeah,
spectrum.
Part 2 started with weird dick porn and devolved.
Yeah, maybe we should rearrange what happens when.
We could.
Nah,
I
leave
could
it
do
where
that.
it is.
Just leave it where it's at. Okay.
But
Well-
I think we've come up on the 2-hour mark. A
Yeah,
little over
we got 2 hours of material now.
That's about a JRE. We got a
JRE.
JRE.
Almost. It's
Oh
half
yeah,
of a JRE.
JRE can go 3
4
to 4.
hours.
Well, I'm talking average.
Ooh, dang.
But, I mean,
Who hasn't turned their shit yellow yet?
You ever thought about that? Huh?
Probably me.
That's
You gotta yell, John.
Oh!
There we go. Now we're all yellow.
Oh.
Look at that hexagon that showed
all
up
right.
on mine.
So
the first episode of the
Time to go get the
we call it
motherfucking.
Slogcast? Is
the
that what you guys want to do?
Slogcast. Yeah,
I like Slogcast.
yeah, the Slogcast. It's
Slurring-
probably
the
taken.
slurring speech.
We might
Could
have
be.
to pull a Froggy Fresh and go back and redact every Slogcast we've said because we haven't done any
This
research
is the Krispy Kreme
to
cast.
see. Brought to you.
By Dunkin' Donuts.
It's just Dunkin' now. They've
Oh,
rebranded.
it's Dunkin'.
Yeah, they have sandwiches and coffee. It's not just donuts.
They have pretty good
Wait, are you being
sandwiches.
serious?
Their coffee
Yeah,
is fucking garbage.
They're not.
I hate
All
lie.
of them is garbage.
There are a lot of people that think Dunkin' Donuts coffee is good. It's fucking gross.
I've never had it.
Here's the sad thing. They have shitty donuts. They have shitty coffee.
Yeah.
The one thing that they just invented was the sandwiches. That's an okay Egg McMuffin. That's all right.
But your question, they are rebranding, but they're not going through and like changing all the signs. It's like whenever a lease expires and they like re-up, they will transfer over to a Dunkin'.
Huh.
And then new ones being built,
Kind of
obviously.
like Dunkin' Yo-Yos. We didn't get that.
we didn't get to it.
Topic.
Oh,
So
we
you'll
gotta
have
go
to
into
tune
the
in
yo-yos.
next week to the slog,
Let's get
Slogcast.
slogging.
the Slogcast.
Slog our knobs.
Slog on
Slog
our
on our
knobs.
knobs.
Yeah, we'll work on the catchphrase.
We'll get it. We'll get there.
Time to go get in the
We
motherfucking.
won't use that one.
It's time to
We
go
won't use
get in the motherfucking hot tub.
All right, so this is Jack
John Maniacal.
Billy.
Josh.
for the Slogcast. Catch you guys next time.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.